it's so polarizing.
Yes, it is.
There is no room for medium. It's like you are either for this or you're for that. You're either for all women and everything that they're doing and agreeing with every decision that they make, or you are anti-women. And it's like, no, I can be for women and not agree with what you just did. Hello. Welcome to Vision Talk. I think it's our third episode, where faith meets all of the multifaceted layers of womanhood and what that means, and stereotypes and expectations. We have discussions, real discussions about what God is doing in our lives and questions that we have. And the way that we answer them is by coming together and having conversations, very real conversations. So welcome again. Hopefully you guys will have an awesome time and learn some things with us as we're learning from each other. Today, our topic is about femininity. Y'all, I did it.
You said it.
I said it in the first. y'all don't know this, but we were practicing because I was stumbling over that word. Femininity. Femininity. I got it. Okay, so question, because we're wondering, like, when we were talking about and coming up with this conversation, we were talking about how this is coming up in 2025. Why do you think, that's my first question for all of us, why do you think this is such a pertinent topic now? Why is femininity a conversation to, like, what it means to us, and what's the definition? Why is it important? Why is that an important conversation now to have in 2025?
I think because it's so confused. It's so undefined. Mm-hmm, like there's so many definitions of, and even the whole gender thing, where it's not even defined man and woman anymore, and there's just so much confusion around it. And it's kind of been coming for a long time, with women obviously needing more rights and all of those things, but then it got pushed to a level where it was like almost rejecting
100%.
their femininity, their womanhood, and which brought confusion to women and then confusion to men as well. Because if we're not that, then we're acting more like men, or taking those roles. And it just brought confusion all over the place. So I think that's why it's such a big topic, because we're seeing the fruit of the confusion of it.
Right. And people are so passionate about it now.
Yes.
Are you about to say something?
No.
Yeah.
Totally 100%.
Well, because I think even now the conversation, like, so I'm coming from the social media aspect, the millennial, the TikTok, the Instagram, and there's so much confusion as to what femininity is, as to what it means to be a woman, as to when it comes to, because I see that, well, I'm a boss babe, but then I want to go into my soft era, and then I want to like, and my question, honestly, because there's so much confusion, like you're saying, everyone has an idea in their head of what it means to be a woman. Is it, I'm putting on makeup and I'm putting on a fancy dress and I'm going, that's so cute, or is it I'm the CEO of my company, but I'm still doing, I don't, what's the scandal show, the Olivia Pope. I'm still Olivia Pope. I'm out here like Kerry Washington, still looking like I'm on a runway while I'm a lawyer and a big politician fixer.
It's like that old Angelica, I can bring home the bacon.
Fried. Exactly. So when it comes to, and then of course you go into the church, and everyone, I've been to, that's a question for all of us. How many women's conferences have we been to?
A gazillion.
So how many, like, if you could number a number of how many women's conferences you've been to talking about what it means to be a woman.
During my years?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
During your 18 years on Earth.
18 years?
Yeah.
Way more than
We
that.
see you,
Possibly
Queen.
in the 30s. I would say over 70.
Over 70.
Over 70.
See, that's
Wow.
how many with you?
Not that many.
Remember, I'm a passionate kid, so I've been here for
She's
for a while.
every week we had a new women's
I had to
conference.
grow with them.
Wow. I may have been to maybe 7 to 10 women conferences.
Like women's conferences, or like women's services, or women's brunches.
7 to 10.
Women's prayer groups.
Prayer groups.
Okay, prayer group. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll expand that to 20.
Okay,
Let's
like
expand it to 20.
Okay, so I would say mine's between like 20 to 30. But
Okay.
Again,
If
I'm
we're
32.
including all that, probably hundreds.
Yeah. Well, and then
Hundreds
every
of
single
them.
one of those were people, and I had so many conflicting, even in the church, of this is what it means to be a woman, and they would pick one story out of the Bible, and then another one would pick the other complete opposite story and be like, that's what it means to be a woman. And so even there feels like there's in the church already confusion as well. So okay, let's start off by saying for us in this circle, and we can go around. What is femininity? Like when you see the word femininity, what does that mean to you?
Oh my
You go,
word.
Miss
You're starting with me. Of course.
You're to my left. This is
When you were talking, the first thing that came to my mind was balance that we have, and that we are to be a suitable helper. But what does that mean? And we have forgotten that there's a softness to us that a lot of the times is seen as weakness. So we don't want to show it. We don't want people seeing us cry, or we don't want people seeing us that we're having a bad day, that we don't have the lipstick on, or things of that nature. But there's also a strength that the Lord has given us, because we have to wear many hats. We are moms, we're sisters, we're friends, we are mentors, we're business people. So there is a strength in us that some people also mistaken it, or we have changed it into I'm this human, superhuman, that nobody can come against this wall.
Right.
It's me against the world, baby.
Right.
And I personally, it has been that imbalance that we have to regain, that we have to find ourselves. And for me, femininity is being able to have that, knowing who you are, owning it, but owning also your emotions, and knowing when to stop, and being able to release it, to be able to come back into that center of your life, or that space where you can say, I can do this, I can be with the Lord, and just go back into that space of, okay, I need to be a mom now, or I need to be by myself. I need to scream inside the car because I need to regain my sanity, and things of that nature. But culture has made us not own either or. It's either one, either or. It's not. You cannot blend them if it's making sense. What I'm saying.
100%. I'm hearing exactly what you're saying, because especially if we're looking out into society, and I'm again coming from a social media perspective, but it's so polarizing.
Yes, it is.
There is no room for medium. It's like you are either for this or you're for that. You're either for all women and everything that they're doing and agreeing with every decision that they make, or you are anti-women. And it's like, no, I can be for women and not agree with what you just did, and that's okay. And so I think that I completely hear that, and I love the way you said it, the balance of, and even going further than that too, not just the balance of, hey, I can be soft and I can be a strong, look at who I am, boss woman, boss babe, and boss babe queen, you know.
Like my son said, you can be mean, mom.
And you can,
A feminine woman can be, she needs to be mean at some point, mom.
Well, but I love that though, because even going further, especially if we're talking about as Christians, we have such a unique design from the Creator, from God who created us. We have such a unique design. So even that, there's variations of how soft/hard, or how much of the strong personality you have versus you might be more of a quiet person. That doesn't make you more of a woman than this woman, right?
Absolutely.
But you're still that balance, like you're saying, and there's so much complexity even on that level. And that's what I love, is how intricate God is and how He made women. He made every human being, but especially women. There's this such an intricacy and precision in how he made
It's like
each
a whale.
woman. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a whale. You can pull from it whenever you need to. I'm like, oh, I can be a Lydia today. Oh, I need to be married today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a whale.
Yeah, and there's like it's like a suitcase of
Yes.
tools that you can
Let's
just
open it.
this is why, and so I
Very
love that
common.
there's exactly. I love that these labels are not that it's not labels of now like who are you as a woman? I'm a mom. That's it. Like no, no, you are not.
No,
You are a
you're
human
not.
being. You are Melissa. You are Tony. You are Mindy. And there is so many layers to that. Well, okay, I know we can go. I wanna ask you the same question. What is when you think about femininity? What does that mean to you? What's the image that you have?
Well, I really thought about that because I was like, okay, what do I really, what is that really? Like, I know that that's a part of me as a woman, part of women, and I sought the Lord on it, and man, He kind of went deep. So if to put it in one word, safe. And like for me, He showed me just for me to be feminine, I have to be in that place where I'm coming from Him, from love and trust in Him, because the other side of that is fear.
Yep.
And when I'm in fear, which I have lived a lot of my life in, then the truth isn't there anymore, and so there's manipulation. Femininity goes out the window when I'm operating from a place of fear and self-protection, because femininity is a safe place, like a tree that you can get shade under, like a place you can lay your head.
Come on.
And I so want to be that.
Yeah.
And yet I can see so many areas in my life where I have not been that, you know, where that fear and self-protection comes up. I'm not trusting God. I'm not trusting my creation. So I'm not safe. And so, yeah, to me, that's the picture that He gave me of femininity.
Yeah, that's so good. So one thing, I think I was 17 years old. I have it in my diary. My mom doesn't know this, but I have it in my journal. She said this to me one time, and I can remember even where we were when she said it. But she said, like, Raven, you will feel more beautiful when you know who you are and whose you are, and the whose you are part. When you know you're loved, when you're coming from a place of knowing that you are loved, you operate out of fully like the way that you were originally designed to be. And so you will know you're beautiful because you have received the love from God saying that you're beautiful. Like, and you know you're important because you have received that play, because you know whose you are. And so I started praying. I was 17, and I started praying, God, show me who I am. Show me. I know whose I am. I know I'm your daughter, but show me from that place. And I know I'm your creation, but show me from that place that I'm loved. Show me from that place who I am, and not just who I think I am, and the person that I project to people, whether on stage at church or whether on stage out at a concert, or whether wherever I am, as an author, as a sister, as a girlfriend, whatever, that I'm coming from a place of knowing who I am as Raven. And
That's so awesome that you got that at 17,
17.
years
yeah.
old. And it shows.
Good job,
I
Mom.
mean, it does. Because, like, I'm just now at, my age going, all right, I really, really need to know that.
Yeah.
But I look at you and you beam and you glow, and it's really, and it's so beautiful. And I love that at 17 you got that revelation and started asking the Lord,
Yeah,
and
well,
letting Him do that. That's so cool.
Thank you. Well, you know that there's like the few lessons that you learn throughout your life. There's like key pivotal moments in your journey with God or your journey in life, both, where you're like, I remember that sentence. I remember that line. I remember that was one. Who I am and whose I am. Knowing who I am and whose I am is one of those lines. And so that was a huge thing for me. And I think when we're talking about femininity, that for me has always been of knowing who I am and whose I am. and then operating accordingly. And so that can look like in a moment that I'm being soft and I'm letting someone take care of me, and that can be at another moment where, listen, I'm doing what I need to do, and I am leading a team, or I am leading at my job, or I am taking over a situation because, listen, I'm the only one who's here and I got to figure it out. So doing whatever in whatever aspect of that. So that's why I don't like labels like that of this is what a woman is or that's what a woman is, because it's so different, and we can point to different women in the Bible, like Ruth, who was so loyal to her family, like Esther, who was so brave for her people. She had so much courage, sacrificed so much, like Mary, who was so soft, and even though she was scared, she took a hold of her child and made sure that her family was protected and safe and obedient. And so, like, there's so many aspects that we don't have to say that one's a woman and that one's a woman or that's a feminine.
But if you look at all, like, the three examples that you gave, the one thing that I look at that they all had in common is they trusted him. They knew him.
Yeah.
They trusted him. They knew whose they were.
Yeah. 100%.
And I don't even. I mean, you can put all sorts of stuff on, figuring yourself out, but until you really know whose you are, you can't know who you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You can
Who
pretend.
do you belong to?
You can pretend.
Oh,
You can
I
be the
know.
loudest person in the
Pretending.
room.
Yeah.
I was at even like after you should have seen me. I was definitely the loudest person in the room. I definitely was like, nah, I know who I am. Listen, I am a strong black independent woman, and I don't need nothing and no one and and it was and the people around me were like, oh honey.
You're so cute.
You're so cute. Yes, queen. Yes. Bless her heart. Bless her heart.
That's
But right. Okay, and Tony, I did not forget you. I really want to know, for you, what does femininity look like for you?
Well, you know, when you initially asked that question to Melissa, and the first thing that popped in my mind was our mom. That's who I see as, I mean, because she was that woman that, even though going through certain situations that were difficult, which happens, she learned the skills she needed to take care of her family
100%.
and to move forward in life, and just did not give up. And I think there's something in the DNA of a woman where we do what we have to do to take care of our families, to learn what we need to learn, and proceed in life that way. So, absolutely.
We're nurturers.
Yeah.
We're 100%.
So, absolutely.
And whatever, that doesn't even always look like being a homemaker, but it's because we can nurture so many different things, and we could also nurture insecurities, and we can also nurture like different things too.
Absolutely.
But there's, I think that innately, in a general sense, and you could be a tomboy and still be a nurturer.
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
like you could be, so it doesn't have to look like you have an apron on, but but I think that there's so many, and one of the things that Mimi, she's talking about my grandmother, Mimi, her mom, that Mimi used to always, one of the lessons that I got from Mimi was that every single day, God has given you everything you need for what you need to do that day. Like, whatever you need, God has assigned for you to do. He's given you every single thing that you need for it.
Absolutely.
It's at your fingertips. It's in your mind. It's around you. Everything that you need, you have access to for whatever day. And sometimes that's grace, sometimes it's peace, sometimes it's joy, sometimes it's all three. Sometimes it's something physical, resources that you need, but he will make sure you have everything you need to do what he wants you to do that day. And I learned that from Mimi. And that was and I don't even know if she sat down and told me this, but that was the lesson that I learned just looking at her.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So 100%. I think Mimi was a fantastic example of what it means to be a woman, for sure.
She stewarded the gifts and the skills God gave her in in a way that honored him, but also helped her prosper along the way.
100%.
So, absolutely.
See, and honestly, Auntie Tony, I'm not going to make this super sentimental, but I see that in you. 100%.
You're not going to make me cry.
I
up
know.
here.
I was like, I'm not trying to get super sentimental. And now, listen, we're not going to cry on camera. Okay, we're not going to cry on camera. But genuinely, I see that in you. Like you have.
Thank you.
You have the same gift that Mimi had in that way of exhibiting womanhood in the way of, God, what you've given me, I can make prosperous. Just by, and Mimi just it was just natural.
It was natural
It
to
just
her.
poured out.
It was
And I
so
see
natural to her.
100% I see that in you, Auntie.
Absolutely.
100%.
Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna
Yeah,
move on
there
because
we
I'm not
go.
gonna
Move
cry.
on.
It's gonna be great. And that's a great way to end this episode. But okay, I do want to say this at the end of this episode. I want to encourage you guys, for you at home, one, to challenge yourselves and ask the Lord, ask God, and ask the women in your life what femininity means to you, right? So asking God what that means, and then also, like, so as it's just you and Jesus, and then also, I want to challenge you to encourage the women in your life. If you see it, say it. If you see something like what I'm saying with Auntie Tony, I see that every single day that I'm with her, around her. I just observe that in her. If you see it, say it. Encourage the person. Encourage the women in your life. That's my challenge for you guys.
That's it.
So
Very good.
thank you for another episode of Vision Talk. We love you guys, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.